there were little rods that people
Use.
do that. It's like a tuning fork, and you ding it, and it gives you a vibrating sensation.
You've changed, Josh. You've changed.
Not me!
It's time for either or.
You take it and then you just go like this.
Ding! Yeah.
Fail to find the humor.
$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh, God.
Whoa.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's
okay.
do it right now.
What?
Let's use this scenario.
Go ahead.
Let's do it right
now.
now. A portable system. Battery consumption is definitely
It's not
something
a
you have to
portable
address.
system.
It
It's
is a portable
it's
system.
It's a console hybrid, okay?
It's portable.
A portable system is a PSP. You're meant to take it with you when you need to take a shit. That's about it.
No, that's not about it. People
Where else you gonna
travel
go with
with
it?
it on the airplane.
Oh, and how long's a fucking airplane ride? They got an outlet
I
on
don't
an
know.
airplane?
You're going to Indiana to LA. How long is it, Josh and Alex?
6 hours. 4 to 6 hours.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Look at that Switch battery lasting almost 6 hours.
Oh,
what do
if
you
it's
know?
charged when you go.
Well, who's going to leave with it half dead?
Well, I don't know. Somebody who
Irresponsible
forgets to
people.
charge it.
Well, then don't fucking forget. I don't like the big, thick ones like that
The
because
reason
they...
for this is so I can carry everything with it. Right there, it holds my Joy-Con covers, and it holds my games inside of these slots here.
Where's your charger go?
You don't need a charger; it's portable.
I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just
horse?
give me time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
You're okay.
Ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to the Welcome back to the PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 157.
We'll never get it right.
We're never gonna
It's
get
my
it
fault.
right.
My fault.
Never
My,
gonna
So
get
my
it
I
right.
said 5 minutes before you hit anything. Still the same cues, right?
Yes.
Never
And
gonna get it
you
right.
Gave me the head nod, which is what you do
The
when
head nod's to turn.
Turn the mics on.
Well, you could have went something like.
Do this.
Anywho.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So we are doing this podcast kind of on remote, I guess you can say. We are hanging out in our living room in a sense.
Indeed.
And it's our 3-year anniversary, so we're kind of on site for this, not in the studio. It's kind of different feeling. We haven't been down here for a long time, guys.
This is like really throwing me off.
Isn't it though?
It's
Like this feels really
We've
weird.
never.
Alex,
we've,
you have a stand right here for this.
We've never
you.
done
Yeah.
it with mics in hand before.
No, and we do apologize if you do hear us like hitting the mic a little bit. We're just this is something we've wanted to do for a very long time, and we're doing a test run today because in the future we might have more than one guest on the podcast, and we want to be able to know whether or not we can take it down here.
Sure.
So, and at least there's good lighting and stuff. So, yes, it is our 3-year.
3-year anniversary.
Indeed. So the very first 2 shows we released on the 20th, was it?
Yes.
April 20th, 2016,
Yes.
which was 2 days ago. That was Saturday.
Ah.
So yeah, it's been 3 years.
And not on purpose that we released on such a day that
I know,
people
not
celebrate
Just kinda
other
happened.
things.
It's
So
easy to remember.
in 3 years, we have only not put out something weekly twice.
Yeah.
Can we
One
say
was just-
twice?
one
I think
was
we
just a
could say
couple-
twice.
It was
We
4th of
did do
July
a
last
4th of
year,
July,
Yeah.
and then
and
just
we
a couple
were
weeks ago.
and then Brett.
I thought we took Christmas off.
No,
No, we pre-recorded.
Did we really?
Yes.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
Yeah.
Do you have an issue saying pre-recorded, Alex?
Pre-recorded.
Pre-recorded.
Yes.
Yeah. We have leather couches, so you're gonna hear.
Actually,
maybe?
I don't think you can hear
Maybe?
that.
I don't know.
Squirming.
Yeah. So, thoughts on 3 years, guys? First of all.
We are light years more advanced than we were.
Yes. Compared to the startup equipment that we bought, like this started off as a piece of paper, eventually turned into 3 microphones
It
and a
did.
soundboard and an iPad.
Oh my gosh.
And now it's a lot more than that.
It is.
It's
It
a lot
is.
more than that. Our
Yes.
sound quality has improved. We've learned about
Video.
and condensing our
Oh.
sound
Yes. Compressing.
or compressing. Yeah,
well,
I've learned
I mean,
so much.
these are condenser mics.
So that's what I mean. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
you know.
We sound better.
Yes.
In our own opinion, and other people are giving us that.
Yes, we did. I
same
mean, we did a
agreement.
lot of yelling and laughing really loud beforehand, and it would like blow up on the speakers and things like that. So
Yeah. So, do you guys have anything like memory-wise of this past year that has been like good, like just high-end memories? I'll say one off the bat: Brett's freaking argument with Kevin. I mean,
yes.
that's up there, along with your Charlie horse. I mean, that's why
That's
it's presented
probably
on
one
our.
of my favorite moments is you having a Charlie
Mine,
horse.
When you said this and I thought about it, mine was when you gave us movie titles that with different names or that almost were named something
Oh,
else.
and then you did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with like head
Oh
cheese.
my gosh! Yes, the head cheese. Yeah,
Oh,
different
that was
names from.
great.
Oh my gosh!
The
and
head
you got
cheese.
that. You got that connection somehow, and that was this year. That was within a year.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
that was
gosh.
this year. We were doing movie stuff.
What a long
It was.
year.
I think it was last calendar year.
Oh my
but
gosh.
Yes, it
Oh
was.
my gosh.
In the last year. I remember that because you did a clip of it.
Yes, because you're just like it's in your head. You had it, and
Can't
it's
explain it. It's just rattling around up there.
and the memory that you have, Brett. That and there's times when it's like you would do so much better on trivia if you watched so many more movies.
Sure.
I think so.
So, do you guys have some stuff you want to say about a recap? Within our year.
So for new, I'll just go the kind of
Yeah.
how we got started.
Absolutely.
So for new listeners, if you don't know how we got started, because we only really go over this every
year.
every anniversary,
Yeah.
every 50 shows.
Every 50 shows.
Every
basically.
50
But
shows.
I've been
roughly.
listening to podcasts since for like 10 years or longer,
Yeah.
and I always thought that'd be kind of fun to do, and I knew I didn't want to do it by myself, and you
Right.
guys had moved back when I thought, well, maybe they'd be up for that. So we were just hanging out one night, and I brought it up, and you said, yeah, I'd like to do that. And we just kind of let it go for a few months. I brought it up in like November, and then I finally decided the following February to do it. Let's do what we got to do to figure out how to do it. Because I know,
How did it take us 2
Anybody can
months?
do it.
Like 2 months it took us to get the full setup going.
yeah, just
Full
we
rig
had
and go.
to learn about how to actually put one out for people to download. So I found an iPad app after doing some research that it's actually the program that produces it.
Mm-hmm.
Found some decent mics that weren't too expensive. Realized that if we wanted to use the iPad, we were going to need the soundboard. So got
Yeah.
that. That was a little bit more expensive, but it was necessary to have 3 mics. And we kind
Brett?
of hashed it out. Yes.
I want to say this. You picked out a fantastic soundboard. People have been raving about our soundboard because it has a compressor built in.
So I also wanted to stop you there when you were talking about mics.
That too.
We
That
We
too.
have not changed or upgraded our mics since day one. Like
Yes.
these are the original mics.
Yes.
So and I think we didn't need to get these big expensive looking.
What are they? $60 a piece.
They're about they were.
I think we
they
got
were
them on sale, didn't we?
around 60 to 70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and they're like mid price range, but for sound quality and
Mhm.
everything else for us doing it for the
Solid.
first time, they are awesome.
Yeah.
And honestly, we've listened to a lot of other podcasts that were kind of small and just starting like
Mhm.
we were. And personally, I don't think anybody has sounded better than us. But that's just my own opinion.
From their get-go, of course. And as everyone evolves, they also get their they get Couchcast. Yes, we do have comments going on YouTube. By the way, we are live on YouTube.
We're doing a couch cast.
We're doing a
apparently.
couch cast.
Couch cast.
Yes, couch cast tonight. But I don't know if Alex would have gotten into Twitch had it not been for the podcast.
Sure.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think I might have.
No.
You don't think I would have?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I would have done video work at that time.
It was really because of the podcast that you started doing video work.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I wouldn't have an awesome Twitch channel if it wasn't for the podcast. Really, I'd probably start off with a really shitty really shitty Twitch.
Well, I mean,
account.
You did start off pretty darn bad.
It wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty good. I've seen some people starting up.
Everything evolves.
It does.
Just like we did.
Yeah.
And that really is the story of how we got started. We used to do it at the table over there.
Right
we had
behind
no
us, yeah.
video.
No
Then
video.
we started the precast.
Mm-hmm.
And then we decided to do.
Do you guys remember when
full
going
video.
live was like a big deal? Like it was like, oh my
We're
god.
not even nervous about it
Oh my
anymore.
god,
I think
we're so.
It was a big deal to you.
It was a really big deal.
I don't
to me.
recall ever being all that nervous.
You
No.
did. You did.
I was nervous.
There was one where you were like, "Okay, guys, we need to calm down here," right before the show.
As far as favorite moments go, my dad wanted me to rehash what happened the first time we went live,
Mm-hmm.
which was the mics were on, and Brett didn't realize the mics were on, and you hear Josh at the beginning
yeah.
on the Facebook video, because we went live on Facebook for the first time. Is how we
Yes.
went live, not
We
on
had a
YouTube.
countdown on Facebook.
Yes, we did a countdown on Facebook, and it's really funny if you go back to, is it episode 100 that we go live for the first time?
Yeah, actually,
it's 100.
so. I think it was episode 100 that we did a live.
So
Sounds right.
if you look at it and you turn up your volume really loud and you can hear it, the mics are on and we're supposed to be quiet because we didn't know about the intros and stuff. And you hear Brett just whispering to me, and you hear Josh go, like, Josh is across the way, like across the room, going, Brett, shut up. And then it goes quiet, and then Brett was like, why is he telling me to shut up? Brett, shut the fuck up.
I did.
It's so funny. Like, Josh is being serious. Like, mics are freaking on.
And now it's never me screwing up.
It's always me.
I'm always the stone cold one until we go live.
I gotta fix something here on our thing, so I'm gonna turn my
Do
mic
what
off
you
here.
gotta do.
What are you doing?
I have to fix something. I just while we're live. It's something I have to do on the phone here. So just give me a second. You
Don't
guys,
F anything up.
I'm not effing anything up here. You want to hold my mic so I don't turn it off?
Okay, there we go.
Go ahead.
Okay, more favorite moments there, Brett. All of our technical difficulties
I
behind the scenes.
I think it's always interesting when we have a guest. Oh, that never. made
That
it on
never
the-
made it onto video.
So
We have it though, don't we?
We do somewhere.
I needed a water, and we usually tear the brand labels off, and I took out my knife and I tried to slide the blade under the label. Well, it caught the plastic because they were very thin.
They're very thin water
and
bottles.
sliced it right open all over myself.
And that was right before we hit record, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
So
it
we
was-
were technically recording
We
at
were
that
recording,
time.
but we weren't live.
We weren't live.
It
And then
was pretty funny.
it's really funny because I look over at Brett in the video, and then he looks at me and oops. It just has water all over.
Yep.
Yeah.
But for any listeners who are thinking about doing a podcast, it's really not difficult if you're willing to put in the time
Mm-hmm.
and a little bit of money to get the equipment and just the time to do the research on how to do it.
Yes.
One thing that listeners I'm really, and I've said it before, I'm not one that I don't really listen to podcasts. We do ours,
Mm-hmm.
but even beforehand, I had no idea what podcasting was or what anything was.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've noticed if I do listen to certain ones or I have a podcast go, hey, check us out. I'm like, oh, sure, I'll check you out. And I click on it. The one thing that's going to keep me listening is the sound quality.
Yes.
If it is bad, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. That's the one thing you've got to get down is your sound.
Yeah.
And I always think that if you're not all in the same room that affects the quality too.
I think it does too.
There are people who do podcasts on Twitch,
And
different webcams
Yeah.
sessions, and it can get kind of crazy.
some people do it by Skype too.
Yeah, that's kind of the similar thing.
It's all going to depend on your internet connection, your mic quality, your soundboard,
Your patience.
your patience.
Yes. Because I mean, we talk over each other plenty. I can't imagine what it's like on a chat room like that. You
I
know?
think we got much better. Like, if you listen to the first few episodes, it's a lot of talking over because I think we're very excited.
we were very excited
We're super
to press
excited to go
We
and like
just-
to talk.
Just wanted to do it. You
And
know?
at first we were recording 30, 45 minutes.
45.
45 to 50, I
Yep.
think.
Yep.
And then it got to an hour, and then we went an hour and a half.
Yeah, and an hour and a half has been our rough around, but I mean we've gone around an hour and a half is our standard these days.
Mhm.
That's evolution with a podcast. You just find out that you have a lot more to talk about.
As far as us being live on YouTube right now, I know we have a few people watching. If there's Brett had mentioned last week about doing a Q&A. So
Yeah.
at any point during the time of the show, if you guys want to ask us anything, pretty much just anything. If you want to ask us anything that you've never been able to ask before, anything about the podcast, about me, about Josh, about Brett, anything like that,
AMA.
I've got AMA. Ask me anything.
Now we may not answer anything.
Well, we might not
Yeah.
answer.
You
It
can at
depends on
least-
the question.
You can
Right.
at least
Um,
ask it.
But
Right.
we've got a few people watching, and I can see comments and stuff. So feel free to comment if you'd like. But I will answer one of the most common questions I do get when I do give out a business card, or I say, "Oh, I do a podcast."
What
oh,
are you about?
What's its no? Well, besides,
What do you talk about?
That is the second question I get.
Really?
Or actually, no, that's the first question.
You're right.
But
I always get, what's it about?
I get that's the first question. The
I
second
get
question.
that before they ask, what's it called?
Really?
Yes. So
Yeah.
what's it called is what I'm
Mm.
going to answer is about coming up with our name, which is
That day was an interesting day.
It was a very
it
long
was a
day.
it was a very long day. That was before we got started. We needed to get a name, and we knew that we needed to get Twitter accounts. Right?
Mhm.
Did you already have a Twitter?
I think I did.
I
think
did.
you had a
I did.
Twitter.
You want to know what my
I
first
was-
Twitter handle is?
What?
Baby Bro Monkey.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Baby.
Is that still active?
Actually, I think I transferred it over to what it is today.
Okay.
I think I just transferred my account.
So before we started the podcast, I was very against Twitter. I was like, this is stupid. There's no reason for it. I don't get it.
You were skeptical on the whole
The
podcast
whole
idea.
thing.
Because I was very against social media. I was on Facebook every now and then. I had a Snapchat had 3 people on it.
Yeah.
And Instagram where I very rarely post. So I was almost never on my phone.
Uh-huh.
I'm only really on my phone now because of the podcast. The
Sure.
podcast and talking to other podcasts and collaborating with other people and my Twitch.
Yes.
So it's made me a little bit more socially aware, socially internet aware. I don't know.
Socially aware.
Let's see here. What was I gonna say? Oh, coming up with our name. So I along with
And
the Twitter thing.
I'm still not like 100% like, yeah, I'm happy with the name.
What?
Yeah, I don't love it
I'm
either.
never
I love
happy
our
with the
name.
name.
I
am,
love our name.
I am not happy with our podcast name. If I can go back, I would rename it.
No, I
Yes,
wouldn't.
absolutely.
I absolutely think
I
it
think
was
it's
an
the
amazing
longest
name.
ever.
I think it's
It's too long.
too late now.
It is. It
but
absolutely is too late.
I've never loved the name,
I
but
know.
the reason why it was so hard to pick
You're not okay
because-
with this?
I loved our name.
everything that we
I'm proud of
wanted,
it.
everything we wanted was taken.
Yes, it was.
It was.
Or some kind of
Or it was
some version of it.
innuendous.
or
if that's a
some
word.
version of our
So
name was
I
taken.
think we just picked it because we were kind of at the end of a rope.
We were tired.
and we were tired.
Hours,
We were
hours.
tired.
I mean, what would you have named it other than?
Oh, we actually do have we'll answer Tim Greeny on
Oh,
here.
Tim Green.
So yes, how you doing?
Long time
Long-
listener.
Yes. So we'll answer your question here in a second after we get back to the name thing. So coming up with it, we knew that our podcast was going to be what's it about? Well, we knew Brett is really about sports and he likes movies and we're all into pop culture.
I'm still waiting for that like football aftercast.
Josh is at the time we were all into wrestling. We were both into wrestling. We're into music. We're into TV shows, movies. We're like, it's just going to be about. We can't just say this is a podcast about music or this is a podcast about this.
And you don't really want to limit yourself because
No.
that could limit your audience.
Which is why we are unlimited.
That's
So
why
that's
we
how
added
we got
that.
the unlimited part, and the PTO part was mainly. This is our personal time off of work. So
It's
this
not our-
is not
not
a
our
job.
job.
No.
Not our job. This is a. This is
It
something.
became more of a job for me personally because I forced it to. I needed
know.
a hobby. I
Yeah.
needed a hobby that I can sit back and do things.
There's a difference between a job and a hobby.
You're not getting paid. for
Well,
a
not getting
hobby.
paid in a job is not necessarily.
Right. Well, if you're good at something, never do it for free. But I mean, you could be an intern everywhere.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
That was a great quote. I just
so
made
anyways,
that up
there was
at the end there. in my
there
head.
was that. But do you guys want this question?
Absolutely
Sure.
give it to
Okay.
us.
So for those of you joining in on YouTube right now, we are doing a Q&A throughout the whole entire episode. If there's anything whatsoever you guys would like to ask us after our 3-year anniversary, just go right ahead. I can see all of these comments here. All right, so from Tim Greeny on YouTube, what is the motivation to keep going if one of you three every... Whoop, hold on a second. I can't read this. Hold on. What is the motivation to keep going if one of you three ever steps
Ever
steps
tries to step
aside?
aside?
Okay, it says every
Motivation?
steps aside. Sorry. Would any
So-
of you three go solo in the future, knowing
So
what
Al-
you know
let
now
me-
about
let me-
podcasting?
Let me take what I've always thought.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, Josh and Alex are married.
Yeah.
So it's going to be if it's either going to be I leave or
it's
they quit.
or it's done.
yeah,
know,
or it's
so-
just done.
Right.
So I've always said if you guys ever seriously are going to have kids, that will be when we stop doing the podcast.
And we have talked about this
We've
recently.
talked about this recently because in the next year, I think, is when we're going to actually start the planning of that. And we have
We're not
seriously-
saying we're
that
planning on
you've
leaving.
No.
been
Fine.
saying that for like
Oh,
every
no-
year.
no-
Yeah,
It's-
I know,
it's about
but
time.
it's actually really, we're in our 30s now.
You heard it
it's
here,
it's
guys.
official. We're gonna probably start planning that in a year, like actual
Yeah.
full year from now.
That's when we're thinking.
I think that we, even when you have kids, I don't think we'll ever completely stop, at least not right away.
Right.
But I think we'll cut back on and maybe just do an audio only.
Yeah.
so,
I mean-
That's
y-
far
yeah,
less work.
It
It's
is far
so
less
much
work.
less work.
But what I thought about was like, oh, well, what's going to happen when you guys have kids? Are you going to stop the podcast? Honestly, I think it's going to get more interesting because raising the children, especially from birth to 3, it only gets more and more stories every single week. And then the pregnancy, and I mean, there's always something. Not every pregnancy is the same. So everything's going to be, especially if our 8 ball is right, which, by the way, it's been a running joke for the last couple of years because every time we ask our 8 ball, when are we having kids? How many are we having? And blah, blah, blah. Are we having boys or girls? The same thing has always popped up, and it's now become a running joke in my family and at work, really, especially now with everybody being pregnant at work, that I'm going to have twin girls identical in 2020. So by the end of 2020, I will have twin
Hold
girls.
on. The
That's her
8 ball.
that
didn't
thing right
say
there.
That.
That
You
thing-
asked it.
That
No.
it gave yes or no's.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to do it here? We've never done the
Oh,
8 ball
we've never done-
on the podcast.
Never done the 8 ball. What questions are usually? Am I still having twin identical girls at the end of 2020? It says it's not giving me. It's on a curve.
How do you go about that rule there with the 8 ball? I mean, how do you? As
You
a
may
kid-
rely on it.
I mean, how many positives to negatives? I think it's 50-50,
It's like
right?
50-50. Yeah.
And it's
Like there's
always
like
been positive.
20
It's
some.
always been.
It's always positive every single time between him and I. Like it's ridiculous to the point where I actually sat down and talked to my doctor about it. It was like hypothetically, if I were to be pregnant next year with twin girls, how would this conversation start? And it was like, hey, she's like, well, what makes you say that? And I was like, I asked my 8 ball multiple times and it keeps telling me. The weird thing is that she said there's a lot of people that come in here with all of that kind of stuff where they ask, oh, they do all
Superstition.
superstitious. And she goes, a lot of the time it's right.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Could
oh
be.
God. So if we prepare for 2, we get 1. It's easy.
I forgot to get waters. Do you guys need one? I'm gonna
No,
grab
I'm
one for
fine.
myself.
I'm
I
fine.
could use one.
Okay.
Parched.
Yes, twins in 2020. See, even Quentin knows.
So to finish your question, Tim, as far as the motivation goes, I mean, it's a pretty smooth sailing at this point. I mean, it's almost like
It's a
habit, routine.
Yes, it's very routine. I think even at the beginning, I think the scary part was we're going to run out of something to talk about.
Which we'd never, ever have.
No. Wrong. One podcast.
One show out of 157.
One podcast.
Plus all the aftercasts have we been kind of like,
We were straining.
We were what?
Yes, we were straining. that's
straining. I thought you meant streaming. I'm like,
no, we were straining. It was
Okay.
the first year, maybe within the first couple months, where we sat down and we went to go bring our ideas to the table before we did the precast,
We
before
had
we were
nothing.
on audio or video, and we're like, we got nothing. Like, there's nothing to talk about. And then we eventually pulled something out of our ass, and it ended up being a good show.
and I think also what keeps us going is that there are people that want to listen to it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not just sitting there
I think
not
that's
getting listened to.
That is probably my favorite part of the podcast is our fans. Is getting the interaction.
That's the cheesiest answer ever, Alex.
It's not. Like, you hear about people saying that, but until you actually have something to share with other people and they interact with you and give you positive vibes,
Yeah.
like it's a very big. It takes the weight off of your chest of being nervous or having anxiety about doing this. Like, it's fun. It's fun
It
to
is fun.
comment and see all you guys on YouTube.
If it wasn't fun, I probably would have asked to be released a while ago.
That sounds weird.
God, that's
I'd like to put in my letter of
Basically.
resignation.
resignation.
You were going to say recommendation there, weren't you?
I was.
Motivation for me in general, like there were a few times when Brett didn't show up for the show and Alex and I had to go.
Hold on, didn't show up. I didn't just not show up.
You
I
had
had
reasons. Oh, I wasn't saying that you weren't.
That's
You've
what it
never.
sounded like.
You've never.
Okay, so
Okay.
I just looked over to read a comment, and all of a sudden I was like, I looked at Brett, and Brett's over here like, I didn't not show up. He's like, I missed that whole. I blocked out what you guys were saying for
I
a
was
second.
unable to attend.
Yeah,
Brett got heated.
Yeah, let's see here. We did one aftercast without Brett, and that was the first time we did something without you, and then we did a podcast without you.
I had car issues, I believe.
Yeah, and then there was one.
I went to a gun seminar that
Yeah, that's right.
I.
But no, whatever. Yeah, that's right. That was right before we went to our show, our California trip. But finding motivation is just finding someone else to hopefully get a conversation going with you. Doing solo podcasts can't be easy.
I wouldn't think so.
I think the other, as far as motivation goes, there's really not a lot of motivation. I don't know how to phrase this without sounding weird or wrong. But as far as motivation goes into it, for one, yes, it's now it's a routine, it's a habit now, so it's just natural to. If we don't have it, it's like, oh my god, I feel like I'm supposed to be podcasting right now.
Right. It does feel weird.
Like it's
when we
wrong. Like it
go
feels like
a full
I
week.
skipped a day of work or something. Like
Right.
it feels like that. But the fact that our history, like Josh and I, yes, like Brett said, Josh and I were married and we've been together for 17 years. But the biggest thing too that helps is we've known Brett since we were 18.
Yep.
So, or at least
Yeah.
since I was 18. So and we're now 30. So we're in our 30s now. So
Right.
we've kind of like, it's at that point where if you know somebody for like, was it 7 years?
8
8 years?
7.
7 or 8 years. It's
Yeah.
like,
You're gonna know them forever.
you're pretty much going to know them forever.
if
So
they put in the effort.
yes, if they put in the effort.
It has to go both ways. You can't be like,
It's a
oh, I know
two-way
that guy.
street.
Right, exactly. There's people forget. People move on, people change. Speaking of moving on, we really
we
need
gotta
to
hit some segments.
We have to hit some. We haven't moved into anything but our 3-year, which is fine. We've gone a half
did
hour.
you get out the little?
Let's
What?
talk about the. What are you doing?
What are you saying?
The- You know what I'm talking about? The little things you blow on.
party
Are you talking about
blower?
the party favors?
Yes. Did you?
No.
Oh.
I didn't know even though they were in the box.
Yeah, they're in
they're
that-
right. The boxes are right over there. If you want to skip over this wire,
Let's quickly discuss
That's
the
just tough.
Game Boy
the Game Boy turned 30, guys.
on the 21st, which was Saturday.
Yes.
No, it was.
Sunday.
It was the 20th. No, I think you're right. It was Sunday, 21st.
You know what?
Guess
Game
what?
Boy
We're
turned
old.
30. Game Boy turned 30 this month.
So
What's a Game Boy?
there were 2 games for Game Boy for me,
Yeah.
and the first one was Tetris, of course.
That's right.
And
Yeah. That was packaged with it.
was it?
Tetris, I'm pretty sure.
It could
I
have been.
thought it was for the launch.
And then Yoshi's Cookie, which was also a puzzle game.
that is a weird one. I've looked at it.
It's-
Yoshi's Cookie, it's odd.
It's very similar to Tetris.
Yes. And then Dr. Mario eventually came to the Game Boy too. Are those your favorites? Or are those your most memorable
Those are
ones?
what I remember.
Yeah. Did you have anything else?
Sure, I did, but I just can't.
You never had a
Recall.
Pokemon game.
No, he
did
not do
Never
Pokemon.
Did not do Pokemon.
You are probably
He
one
was-
of the
I
only
know, but
Game Boy owners.
He was just a little bit older than us. Like there's a line right there. He was almost too old for Pokemon. I guess because we were just about too old for Pokemon at the time too.
No. Well, it was right.
Because the Game Boy, I got my first Game Boy Color
I
on
got
my
the color.
10th birthday.
So that was like 4th grade for
Yeah.
you. That'd be about the same
Yeah,
age
I think
as
I
me.
was 10 because
was
it was
about
my
9.
first double-digit birthday.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I remember that being a big deal.
I didn't have any of the later models.
No,
I
just
had
the
the
standard.
original only, and then I got a DS.
Which all three of us discussed in our group chat. We were gonna find all of our Game Boys and
Yeah,
display
and I
them.
forgot.
Nobody
I
found one.
can't find it.
I know exactly.
know I
what
have
mine
it.
Is. I actually found it last year in my parents' attic, going through some stuff, but it does not function.
Alex has functioned. She just needed to find.
Oh yeah, mine's in
Games.
great order. It even has the battery pack to
You
it.
just need the games.
I need games and I bought a worm light.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing. Like the accessories that you needed for a Game Boy.
Wasn't
it was-
backlit.
It was a
Right.
I used to
Well,
have
the Game Boy Color wasn't it?
Advance. The Game Boy Advance was the first backlit.
Okay.
yeah,
Game Boy
so
Color
I could not
was-
play my Game Boy in the
think-
dark. I would have to get a worm light or there was another light that you hooked onto it and it blew up your screen like it was a
The
magnifying
magnifying
glass
glass,
plus a
Mhm.
light.
I remember
But it
that.
drained the frick out of your battery.
Which is why you got the additional battery pack.
Still not enough.
So I remember the Game Boy Color ran off of AAA's, right? Am I
Oh
saying
gosh,
that
I
wrong?
don't remember. If I had it, I'd be able to tell you.
The Game Boy had 4 AA slot.
Yep.
The Game Boy Pocket had 2 AA slot, I'm pretty sure, and the Game Boy Color had AAA. And then it went to Advance, SP, then to
I
DS.
don't know why, but I really want to say that my Game Boy Color took double A's.
I'm pretty I thought it did, but I was reading
And then
on an
there was the
article that it
battery
was
charger
AAA.
kit, like that you just hooked up into the like we do USB things now. You
Right.
just charged it and
Do you
then
have
put it back up.
favorite games?
Well, I mean,
Pokemon Yellow.
yeah, Pokemon Yellow
Yeah.
is my all-time favorite.
Did you own
Game
anything
Boy.
else?
I had Final Fantasy something.
Yeah.
I don't know which one.
Hmm.
I had Legend of Zelda something. Don't know which one.
I think you had Link's Awakening.
I
Or Link to
honestly
the
I
Past.
cannot tell you. I
Gosh.
played a lot of Pokemon.
Yeah.
I did Pokemon Yellow, I did Pokemon Red, and then I did Silver, and then I got out of Game Boy.
My favorite games were Pokemon Red. That was my first game, and then Donkey Kong Land 2, which I love. Donkey Kong Country. If you know me, any of my Super Nintendo favorite games would be any Donkey Kong Country game. So when they brought Donkey Kong to the Game Boy with Donkey Kong Land 1, 2, and 3, I loved them. But I'm gonna tell you something that you are gonna actually disown me for, Alex.
What?
I have never beaten a Pokemon game.
I'm not gonna disown you.
Oh.
I can't believe it's believable, but I'm sad for you.
I am very sad for myself.
That's about it.
Wow, that's very harsh.
I
I'm
am.
sad for you.
I am because it's a very good game.
Yeah, well, Brett's never beaten one either, so
Yeah, but he's never
Played
played one.
I'm pretty sure I thought you've never actually controlled a Pokemon player before.
No, I don't know. I don't.
He doesn't know anything about Pokemon.
It's turn-based. You wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
So the Game Boy was such a huge advancement in technology alone. People tried to go up against it with like
It was like the first portable.
it was
Game.
No, it wasn't. No.
Okay,
no.
besides the little like
The little-
two little button like
the-
the poker things or the
They're called Game and Watch.
Is that what they're
Is what they
called?
were first called in the 80s. Yes.
yes, those little things. But I mean, this was like almost having not a system, but
It
felt,
is a system.
It felt like having a Wii in your hands, like in the car. Like that's how big it was when the Game Boy came out. It was like, oh my gosh, well, all right, put down your 64. We have to go to Grandma's. Okay, I grab my Game Boy, and then we play. I'm going to continue playing video games in the car.
Right. And that's what Nintendo like prided itself on was portability. And
Still do.
And today, I think they're actually going to be discontinuing the 3DS.
Probably.
It's going to be very soon, and the Switch is going to be their all go to because it's a portable / home console.
I really like the
And-
Switch.
And so when we're talking about the Game Boy, the last Game Boy to come out was the Game Boy. What was that called, Brett? It was the small Game Boy Micro.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, it ran off of Game Boy Advance games.
Yep.
It was smaller than you just.
You
it
can
was
put it in
tiny.
your
There's
pocket.
no back there was a phase where we went through the smaller things are the cooler they are.
Mhm.
Like you fit it in your back pocket, and then now we're going back the other way.
Right.
We're going
Right.
back the other way.
Yeah. Do you guys want to touch on anything else on the Game Boy? I mean, it was
It was just a really big
product
it
of
was
our time.
Yes, it was a really
you
big
know?
deal back in the day.
And nowadays,
30 years old.
and you see your nephew with the 3DS now, and it's like
I'm like, you don't know.
you don't know a struggle.
You don't know the
You
struggle.
have first of all, you have an internal battery. You have 2 screens. They're both backlit, and it feels comfortable in your hand.
You had, I don't even remember. I probably had an hour to 2 hour maybe gameplay
No.
with all of my lights and stuff
Oh.
on.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like it would just
Wow.
drain my battery.
Brett, did you ever see the accessory cases and stuff? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
people just went nuts for that kind of stuff. I don't know. Like the Game Boy, 30 years old. Technology was advancing so big now. It's crazy. What do you guys want to move on to next?
Do that. Just do millennial slang.
Ooh,
We got-
yes, I was just going to say, do you
so-
guys want to do slang?
So we're doing all of our segments today.
Yeah.
we're doing millennial slang today. We are doing either or today. We are doing
I can't wait for Brett's thing.
we are doing I didn't even write that down. We're doing
We're not going to forget about
we're
it.
doing an audio trivia thing. We have a packed episode, guys.
Yes,
so
we've got.
I didn't even think about the audio.
We've got so much
I didn't think
entertainment
about that.
for you.
God
tonight.
dang. All right.
So, anyways, we're gonna do what's called millennial slang. This is an PTO Unlimited podcast original, an OG
Segment.
segment that I came up with
OS.
back when we
What?
started.
OS.
OS.
OS
Original segment.
OG.
Get on
OG.
with it.
Whatever.
Go on.
Anyway, so I came up with this back when we first started, and it was just because I think this is when we were starting to make the transition into what the heck are these kids talking about, and
Yeah.
like kids being like teenagers and young 20s, and we're like, we don't know any of these new slang words. What happened to this meaning this? So I started to gather up from words from girls at work, from the internet. I'm like, and then just quizzing them to see what they think these words mean, and it becomes really funny.
Question: do you remember how this segment started originally, though?
Hashtag or Netflix and chill.
We all 3 of us guessed what it was, and I looked it up.
What Netflix and chill
No,
was?
what the word was. That's
What
how
word?
we used any of them.
Like,
I'm saying, do you remember how this segment started?
No.
That I'm saying that's what happened. We all 3 of us guessed, and none of us knew the actual answer
Oh, that's right.
until you started
Yes.
taking over it.
That's right. That's
And
right. That's
we
right.
all started doing our own segment
Yeah,
where it's
so-
like, I want to bring this today.
Yeah. So anyway, so what we have here is I've got just a handful of words that I'm going to quiz. If you're watching on YouTube right now, go ahead and see it without cheating. Without cheating. Don't use the internet. If you know what the word means, you can pop it up.
no, because I'll see it.
Don't look at the screen.
Gotta look at
I'm
each
going to
other,
start off
Brett.
really easy. We're going to start with a really easy one. This is just a saying. You've probably heard it before. Sorry, not sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to go that route?
We have not done it.
It means like you said something kind of blunt. And
Yeah.
You're not really sorry that you said it, but
You-
maybe you're sorry about how it sounds.
You're smug about it.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, that's a really easy one. So you're unremorseful about
Right.
something you said.
Right.
It can be taken in a laughing or a funny way, like sorry, not sorry, that was funny, but not funny,
Mhm.
like haha.
Mhm.
But yes, it truly means to say something and you're not sorry about what you said.
Right.
Like if you really want to be bitchy about it, like that's that's what it means.
Lol.
So another one that I cannot, I don't know how to say this. Hopefully you guys can pronounce it for me.
Go ahead.
Quiche?
Okay,
it
wait
is
a minute. That is a completely different.
All right, so I don't. I'm gonna spell it. I'm gonna spell it for you. Quiche.
I would say quiche.
Quiche.
Quiche. That's not a millennial slang word, is it?
What is it?
Isn't that a food?
No.
Oh, you're thinking of. I know what you're thinking of.
The
but
egg. The quiche.
I know what you're thinking of, but I don't think it's spelled that way.
Q-U. Oh,
It's Quiche.
Yeah.
I have
Quiche.
no idea.
That's how I'm gonna say it. I don't know, guys. If you know on YouTube that I'm saying this wrong, please put a
Quiche?
pronunciation. I don't know how to say it. Quiche. Quiche.
could be quiche.
Quiche. It could be
Doubt it.
quiche.
It's cliche.
No, it's not cliche.
No, I got it. Yes, yes.
It could be quiche.
I
I
have
don't
I
know.
have
no idea
no-
where even
I'm
to
gonna
start
I'm gonna
with that.
I'm gonna think on this. Can you use it in a sentence that will not give away the definition?
Nope. Not really.
Really?
It's how you describe somebody.
It's how you subscribe somebody. I'm gonna say that person is sloppy. Then I'm
Okay.
gonna say sloppy.
It's a really
That
it's a
sounds
big guess
gross.
because I don't know how to pronounce this properly.
I have no idea. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's hotter. That girl's hotter than hot. We're gonna say
Quiche?
quiche.
Man, I don't know.
Hotter than hot.
Hotter than hot, like the hottest of the hot.
Really hot.
Really?
Yes, really hot. Like
I
burst
just
your
say
bubble.
I just
like,
say that chick's top
top.
I
Top.
just say
top shelf.
she's hot.
Yeah, I say she's hot.
It's pretty
Um.
simple.
Okay, what does humble brag mean?
Humble brag.
It's when you're talking about your things, but you're not trying to sell them. You're being humble
you're-
about it.
You're bragging, but not over
Like,
the top.
Check out the PTO Unlimited podcast. We're celebrating 3 years today. That's humble bragging, right?
Okay, yeah,
Am I
guess I would
wrong?
accept that. Yeah. So
That one's very
so
self-explanatory.
really the examples that I found were, you're going on a big trip and everybody brags about going on vacation and you're like but you don't want to be that person, so you would start off by saying, this is just a humble brag. Like it's saying I don't want to be that person. I realize I'm being that person. I'm sorry I'm being that person, but I'm going to brag about it.
Yeah.
Like that's what a humble brag is. Like I'm
Okay.
going to brag about it. I'm sorry, but I'm being humble about it.
Okay.
So yeah,
All right.
there you go.
Humble brag.
Humble brag.
Brett, you didn't even say anything for that
I-
one.
I
So
did.
apparently
Did
we've
you?
got
I'm sorry, I
people
did.
saying it's pronounced quiche.
Okay, I was right.
Quiche.
Quiche.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
All right, this is an acronym.
There you go,
I'm
Brett.
good at
Brett,
acronyms.
you love your acronyms.
I'm sitting out on this one.
FOH.
Ooh.
I kind of like this one.
For our home.
Ooh.
Okay. FOH.
Faux.
Faux.
I know
And actually, people, I've also seen it said faux.
I know
like
what
instead of just
HOF is. It's
Hall of Fame. Fame. Dang.
don't put that in his head. FOH, millennial slang.
Fear, flee. I'm gonna. Gosh, fear of. Damn, that's a really good one. And is Brett right?
No. He's not. I can see you guys using this one though.
Nope. I have no idea.
No idea?
No, I
Give
can't
up?
do acronyms. I can't do
All right,
acronyms.
Brett, any other guesses?
That's all I got.
Fuck out of here.
Really?
Yeah,
That's-
that's what it means.
That's an abbreviated saying.
I know, but it's
GTFO.
It's very similar.
very
I
similar,
get
but
it.
not it. It's
Why didn't we
it's-
think of that?
It's just the.
or like
the,
I need to get the F out. Like
ne-
this is
the
faux.
next version of GTFO. I guess the one extra letter is too much for
I
me.
guess.
Instead they added an H. Faux.
Faux. Fuck out of here.
GTFO. Fuck out of here.
Hey, he got it right. Good job, Quentin. Let's see here. This is a funny one, but it's a real thing, I guess. And I don't want to put you on a spot, but I'm going to.
Okay.
What does road bone mean?
Road bone?
Yes, apparently this is the thing. I didn't realize it, but it is.
Are people
imagine
banging
it's-
behind the wheel
Or
while
yeah,
driving?
That's got to be it.
No way is that possible. Is that possible?
That's not it.
That's not it.
It's not it.
Maybe they pull over to the side first.
Nope. It has nothing to do with having sex.
Oh.
I mean, in a way. How about this example?
Road bone.
Example. It can't happen to me.
Is it when you get a boner while driving?
Okay.
So the example. It
Can't
says,
happen. to
It
you.
says. It says an unwanted boner in a long car ride.
Oh,
An
no.
example. Man, I really hope she doesn't see my road bone. I can't get rid of it.
Oh my god.
So is that a thing? Like, can that happen?
Uh,
I don't know about specifically while driving,
no,
but
no. I mean, it can happen anytime.
yes.
Alex, it can happen anytime.
I've heard that it can happen at any time.
And probably at the most inopportune moments too. Wow. I saw that comment.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so Quentin says the occurrence of an unwanted erection during a ride in a car, truck, boat, plane, etc. usually occurs on long trips.
Someone's using Urban Dictionary.
Yes,
Cheater.
yes. So a road bone. So that's what that means.
Wow.
Hold on. I did have another one here. Hunty.
Is this the last one?
I have one more. That's
Okay.
That's
Hunty?
good. Hunty. Hunty.
I want to say it sounds like $100, like
Hunty.
$100 bill.
Hunty.
If I'm referring to a $100 bill, I say a C note, but
Why?
Why?
because that's
'Cause
what it's called.
It's called
Why?
a C-note?
Why is it called a C note?
Actually,
I
I've
don't
heard it
know,
called a C-note.
I've heard that before.
Really? Hunty. For some reason, I have a manatee stuck in my head. That's definitely not it. Can you use it in a sentence? Please say you can. If you can't for these from now on,
Nice
please.
try, Hunty.
Wow. So this is something you call somebody.
Yeah.
Nice try, Hunty. I'm gonna say somebody who fails at shooting.
Okay, nope. Okay. So you say that to somebody when you're well aware, like they're trying to fool you. Like
Nice try,
so
Hunty.
you're well aware of their shenanigans. Like they're
That's not a thing.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
a weird word.
like if they're trying to fool you or
That-
something,
that
you say,
makes-
"Nice try, honey."
That
Hunty.
doesn't even make sense.
Hunty?
Apparently, that's what it said.
Can you
That's
spell
what
it?
Hunty. Hunty.
That doesn't make sense.
That's what-
I'm
that's what-
sorry.
that's what I found.
Nope.
That's the dumbest thing in
There-
my life.
Okay. Last one here.
It's Gene's fault.
I
You have one on your phone.
I don't know how to. Well, I screenshotted it. I didn't write it down.
Okay.
This is one from somebody at work. Woo child? Woo chili? It's 2 words. WHEW. So
Woo.
woo. Woo. And then CHILE.
Woo
Chile
chili.
or chili?
Woo chili. Woo chili. That's a thing people say.
Apparently, this is a new one.
This is the hardest
and
millennial
honestly,
slang ever.
yes, this is a difficult one. This is very new. Like this is Urban Dictionary, February 26, 19. Like this is new.
I'm going to say someone is expressing that they're eating something hot.
No.
Brett.
I would say it's like you're expressing surprise at a kid, like "Woo, child."
Like I have heard that, but no, that's not it.
That's good. So for the last
Okay.
one, what is the answer?
It is something you say when you have a lot of information or when the information you have is intense. Person 1, Woo Child or Chile, that movie was not it.
Wow.
Want to hear about it? like
No.
it's just yeah, I guess that's what you say. Like I have a lot of information and it's really intense.
All right.
So that's what it
weird.
means. There you go. There's your millennial slang for March or April. April 2019 3-year anniversary podcast. Here we go.
Josh got up to go get the soda.
Yeah, he did.
I hope it's not rotten soda.
Please.
We
don't let
are
it be.
going to be trying 0
Oh,
sugar,
okay.
orange, Coke, 0.
Oh, you
Orange
told
vanilla.
us.
What?
You told us.
Did I tell
Yeah,
us
we're
this?
just doing a taste test.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I like
Um,
that instead of eating, wheatgrass soda.
So Quentin here gave another
Yes, we're gonna try
example
this.
of Hunty. He said, "Girl, you are looking fierce and letting them have it tonight, Hunty. Finger snap."
I don't.
I don't know. I don't
Are
get.
you speaking foreign language? What?
Yeah. Well, that's the point of millennial slang. We're not really millennials. I mean, we're zennials. Is that what we are?
No, we're millennials.
We
We're
are millennials.
millennials.
They're zennials.
Gen Z, if that's what you mean.
Yeah. So there you go. There's your millennial slang.
This isn't cold, is it, Josh?
It is.
Oh, it is. Oh, cool.
It's freezing. It looks yummy. So what are we trying again?
So when you take a drink, remove the microphone from your face
Yeah.
Why?
because it doesn't make for good sound.
People don't like the we got that comment.
It's not good
on us.
audio.
No.
They
So we
love
do it
that.
anyway.
SMR?
So we do it anyway.
Is it SMR?
ASMR.
ASMR?
Get it right, Alex. So we
That's
are going to try orange, vanilla, Coke Zero.
Zero
Now,
sugar.
no sugar, 0 sugar. So our good friend Patrick and podcast listener, he told us to try this. He was drinking this while we were playing Gears. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we
Smells
tested
really
it.
Here
good.
we go.
Yep, and down the hatch. You guys are going to try it out, and I'm going to try it right after you guys. But Alex is like chugging it.
That's really weird.
Don't do that in the mic.
I'm sorry. That's really weird.
Yeah? Is it a weird
Like, it's a weird
taste?
aftertaste.
It's like an orange cream.
I'm not against it.
I'm not against it either. That's an interesting taste. I won't say that whether or not Coke.
I'm not going to go grab it.
No,
No.
that's why I grabbed the small can.
It doesn't even, to me, it doesn't really taste like Coca-Cola.
No, it's because it's Coke Zero. You don't drink Coke Zero.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's got a bunch of extras.
it's aspartame.
Like, it tastes more like a very watered down orange drink.
Thank you. That's what I was getting out of it too.
Yes, a very watered down orange drink. I
Yeah.
don't taste any of the Coca-Cola.
You guys want to try some Dr. Pepper cotton candy?
Let's do it.
Yes. Oh, it's cotton candy.
It's cotton candy.
Oh, okay. I
Did you
thought they
think
were
it was a bag of Dr. Pepper just hanging out up there?
No. So we bought this at Cracker Barrel. So because they've always got really cool things at Cracker Barrel, and I didn't realize it was cotton candy. Like he's like, I want to buy this Dr. Pepper tasting blah blah blah, and I thought they were little hard candies inside, but no, it's Dr. Pepper cotton candy. Does it smell good?
Yeah. So you're just gonna pull a fluff out of there,
Oh,
and you're gonna
that
try
smells
out
really
try
good.
some Dr. Pepper cotton candy.
That smells really good. Here, Brett, smell that.
Grab a pinch.
Grab a pinch. Don't stick your nose in it. Grab a
Hold
pinch.
it so I can grab a pinch.
I'm gonna grab a pinch first. Then.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
put it in your mouth.
What? Holy cow. So I got this at Cracker Barrel a couple days ago, and
Mm-hmm.
wow, really?
Mm,
Alex
wow.
is like,
Mhm.
yep, that's the
That's
stuff
good
right
stuff.
there.
Brett?
Sugar rush right there. That tastes like Dr. Pepper. Yeah,
I'm not getting a Dr. Pepper.
I'm not getting a Dr. Pepper
I'm
of
getting like a
it.
cherry.
It's got a lot of cherry to it.
Mhm.
It's fine, but yeah, if you didn't have the wrapper, I wouldn't have known any Dr. Pepper association was there.
Exactly. I think that's just product placement for the taste that they gave it.
Maybe.
Yeah. Sweet taste of Dr. Pepper. Best by January 23rd, 2020.
That is honestly, like, I'm not a big fan of cotton candy. That's
That's
my
good.
favorite cotton candy.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, you can have the bag, Alex. All
That's
yours.
amazing.
Present for you.
No, I'm not supposed to eat this.
No, you're not. There's a lot of sugar in
I
that.
know.
There's a lot of sugar in that. Alex is actually on a diet. Pretty heavy diet now.
Yeah.
As
I'm
Started
really just
today.
changing my
well,
diet.
Your official diet started today.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, and it started
Except
last
I'm,
week.
except I'm cheating right now.
You were doing, yeah, you just did with soda and cotton candy.
I
You're gonna get a
did.
sugar
The
rush.
soda has no sugar.
It does not, but
It's still soda. I'm not supposed to have it. It probably has high fructose corn syrup in it.
probably does. You want to read the ingredients? Now, no one actually ever told me what is wrong with high fructose corn syrup.
I have
It's
no
very
idea.
high in sugar. It's very-
Oh,
very
but
bad
but
for
it's
you.
just not. It just doesn't take place as sugar in the ingredients.
So fructose is a type of sugar.
It is, yes.
High fructose corn syrup.
I was just making sure.
It's not good for you.
I'm just making sure it's not something that like causes like tumors to grow on you.
No, but it's probably going to cause diabetes.
Yeah,
If you
diabetes.
Eat a lot of it.
Yeah. So that was the soda and cotton candy taste test that I brought
Yes,
today.
highly recommend the Dr. Pepper flavored cotton candy, which we got from
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. I
Not
keep
a
wanting to say
sponsor.
Olive Garden. Yes,
Not a
we're
sponsor.
not a sponsor. I say nay on the
Coke
orange
Zero.
vanilla Coke Zero.
Right.
I didn't have a problem with it.
Josh?
I'm in total agreement of the cotton candy tastes like cherry cotton candy, so I don't think that it really needs to be advertised as Dr. Pepper, and I think it just is pasted on there so people can sell it.
I think I might have an aftertaste of the Dr. Pepper, but it was very cherry,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
which is fine. I like it. It's yummy.
Yeah, so we've got some stuff we want to move on to from there, guys. What do you guys want to do? Brett, you've got a few things.
Brett, do you
I
want
think we should
to
do the
do
meat.
some either or?
I think it's time to do the either or and the audio. if
Yeah,
you
we'll
want.
do the either or than the audio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
We're going to throw all the segments at you that we've come up with.
yeah, and then we've got a couple other things before we get out of here. We're actually at an hour already.
Damn.
So
Close to.
I wrote 5 either ors, and I'm pretty sure we haven't done these.
Well, if we have, make sure everyone tells Brett how wrong he is.
Yep.
Because he likes to hear that.
Okay, so leather or cloth for your car upholstery.
Ooh.
I'm going to say cloth. But cloth stains. Leather gets sticky in the summer.
I'd say cloth just because of the heat and the cold.
Can I pick the color of cloth?
No.
Damn.
It's not up for debate.
That's-
Cloth. I'm going to
See,
go with cloth.
I
I,
would
do
say
not
cloth.
like leather.
I
Like
would
these
say cloth.
couches, I hate
Have
them.
you ever had a vehicle with leather upholstery?
No,
My
but
parents-
I've ridden in
I've
quite
ridden
a few.
in plenty of
So I
them. yeah.
think-
You do.
I do.
Yeah.
And maybe before I had remote start, I would have said cloth. But now that I have remote start, so I can have climate control before I get in the car, it's much better.
God, what a world we live
So
in.
I mean, just asking, can you with your remote control thingy? Can you turn on your
can't
AC
drive.
and stuff?
I can't turn on the AC, but when I exit the vehicle, I make sure that the fan is on high.
So you
and
start
it's
up your car
on
and it like
AC.
cools. Oh man, that's
So
cool.
when I start up the car, it just.
But
it
in the
starts
summer,
up.
it heats your car up. It turns the heat vent on, right? Oh, you can't activate the AC. The
I
AC has to be
make
already
sure that it's
activated.
Correct.
Okay.
Samantha on YouTube says cloth.
Cloth.
I say cloth.
Okay.
Cloth is
I
also
think,
easier to
like
clean.
I say, I think no,
No,
it's not.
it's the other way around, Alex.
Leather. It just wipes
Leather's
right
leather's
off.
this our couch.
Yeah, do you know how difficult it is to clean this stuff?
Well, that's if you let it sit. These couches were not ours before we owned them.
No,
we did
they're-
not buy these.
No, we.
new.
That's probably the
This
next.
is our next upgrade. is
Our
our
next
couches.
upgrade is we're getting new couches.
Yeah, that's. We
I
want to get rid
think
of these.
people will say cloth until they've owned a vehicle with leather, and then they would go with leather.
I just don't think because of in the summertime especially if your car's been sitting in the heat.
That's
it
why you
is
do the
real-
remote start.
What if
No,
I don't
that-
have remote
well,
start?
Depending
Then
on the vehicle,
He just
you can get that as an option like
Mhm.
before driving off the lot if you're depending on the vehicle.
right,
But like mine was older and I had it put in after the fact. So
right.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, Alex and I, we've never had remote start. We don't even have Bluetooth in our
Dad
vehicles.
says cloth.
We don't have any form of anything past let's see
So
here,
I mean,
2006.
the other thing too is, so you can look at this because this is leather. Look at all of that.
It's tearing
Like,
apart.
It tears apart really easy. It's wear and tear. Versus
That's why we have a piece
cloth?
of cloth over that
yeah,
armrest.
So
these
cloth-
are pieces of furniture.
Yeah, you drive your car all the time.
You don't sit in it for 8 hours a day though.
well,
We do.
We drive
when
a lot.
you travel, but
Yeah.
it's different.
Oh, it's different.
Well,
Okay.
leather hardens as it ages, so these couches could be like
And
10
actually,
years
mine are leather, but like the center are cloth.
old. That's cheating.
Yeah, that's cheating.
But it's hot in the summer and cold in the winter. It is.
Oh yeah, leather jackets. I forgot about leather jackets. I do.
I
wear
do.
Leather
I prefer
jackets.
leather jackets.
I have a really good leather jacket.
I like leather jackets.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
And
I like to wear leather. I don't like to sit on.
I
leather.
need to spray mine. I need to waterproof it for the summer.
Okay, next.
Okay, next.
Morning showers or night showers?
Night.
Night showers.
Morning.
Now the reason for the night, you're getting that stank all up on you throughout the entire day. That's first thing. Second
Mhm.
thing, helps you sleep.
Could be.
Layla's snoring next to me.
Yes, she is. I hear her.
So if I don't go to the gym, I will shower in the morning because I want to be fresh
Mm-hmm.
going into work.
Right.
Mhm.
But lately I've been actually doing both. So go to the gym, shower at night, fresh and clean, going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also feel kind of stale when I wake up. So I will shower again just to
How do you feel stale?
blow the stink off, as my mom would say.
I don't get stale.
I don't get stale.
You don't feel this. I don't think you feel as fresh when getting out of the shower as you do waking up from your shower the night before.
Hmm.
That's just
I don't
me
know. We
personally.
shower before we get into bed.
Yeah.
So do I. I just said that.
I
He
know,
does both
but-
though. He does
But
both.
you,
If
don't know.
if I've gone to the gym, I absolutely shower
Well,
before I
yeah.
go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
But
I prefer my night showers. I think after just because my job is very physical,
Thanks, Quentin.
that it helps to warm up my muscles and get them all loosey goosey and like relax before I go to bed. So in the morning, I could see like I like morning showers when I go to like conferences and stuff and I get up and I get ready because it jolts me awake. But that's really the only reason I like them.
Okay.
interesting.
Oh my God, Layla! Should put the
She's-
microphone up to her.
I woke her up by
Oh,
doing that.
you woke her up.
Alright.
She was doing her. Oh.
Bottled water or filtered tap water?
Bottled. I do want to go filtered tap.
I like both.
I know filtered tap is better, and I want to say this. I feel bad for the tweet that I did about Jason Momoa. I am sorry for those. I didn't watch the video. I just thought that his entire campaign of shaving his beard was for cans, but it's actually to put everything in aluminum and get rid of plastic.
Mm-hmm.
So I would much rather go towards filtered water with
That's
that message.
why I stopped using water or buying water bottles, is because they're plastic, just too
Yeah.
much plastic.
Too much
Yeah,
plastic.
and we are. We should. I mean, we.
No, I think we're actually looking into. Every time I've gone to Target, I'm trying to look at nice like filters that you can put on your sink.
Mhm.
So it's a lot
I
easier
have
to
one
do
on
that.
my tap water, and that's what I drink now.
I know it's
is
better.
Just
I know it's
a
better.
big tumbler, put
Right.
some ice, not a whole lot of ice, but just some ice, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
fill her up, and I'll drink 2 or 3 of those a night.
Yeah, and it's so much better for the environment too, guys. I would definitely suggest that. Alex and I.
Gazoon
Wow.
Night. Gazoon
Alex and I have been watching Our Planet Earth
Night. Yeah.
Oh yes, I
on
like
Netflix,
Planet Earth.
and my God, does that just make you hate everybody
Being a
in
human.
the world? It makes it feel like everything's your fault.
Pretty much.
But I mean, political agendas aside, plastic is bad.
Yes,
Indeed.
plastic is bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on. We might have done this one, but I couldn't remember.
It's okay.
And coming into the grilling season,
I can't wait.
hot dog or bratwurst?
Ooh.
Bratwurst. It's real.
Yeah.
Hot dogs are
I
so
mean,
bad for you. Hot dogs
I
are
know,
so bad.
but a
A
freaking
nice
ballpark,
grilled-
Frank.
A nice, good grilled
like,
hot dog.
You got to get the good dogs though.
That's what I mean. Like if you put the
Ballpark
best,
is not the
if you
top.
if you put in front of me the very best hot dog and the very best brat, I will go for the hot dog.
You would.
I
yes.
will. Yes.
I know
I
you
so
would.
I prefer the hot dog.
I have
Yeah.
to be in the right mood to eat a brat.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think it's got to be the right mood
it's
for a
gotta
brat.
be like,
Mhm.
grilled hot dog. I'll eat that anytime. But
Right.
bratwurst, I have to want a bratwurst.
So and it also depends on how hungry I am, because if I'm really hungry, I know like I will eat like 3 hot dogs and feel bad, but because it doesn't fill you up as fast as a brat, and you eat a brat and you get halfway through and you're like, shouldn't I eat that brat?
Yeah, see, I'll make brats at home, and since we don't have a grill, I have to actually boil them. And I make 2 for each of us, and I feel like disgusting.
Yeah, we feel bad
halfway
afterwards.
through.
Hey, diet change.
Hashtag diet change.
Diet change.
Yep.
A beer brat.
Beer brats are fantastic.
Beer brat, yeah.
Oh my gosh, beer brats. Oh, Brett, do you want to try some beer cheese chips?
Sure.
I'll get those later. I'll get those later. We're not going to do it on the podcast. I don't want any crunching on the podcast.
Last one,
Yeah.
in honor of Easter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cadbury egg or Reese's Reese's egg?
Reese's.
The Cadbury eggs to me look disgusting.
They are disgusting.
They're gross.
They are
I hate
gross.
'em.
Now, we had, was it Russell Stover over at your grandma's?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember what it was.
They weren't Cadbury, but they were eggs. And
They were okay.
No, I'm not saying they're
I
bad.
had the
I'm not saying
marshmallow
they're
one.
bad. You didn't. Yeah, the
I
marshmallow
didn't
one.
finish it.
I had the maple mousse one. Then I had a bite of maple mousse one, and then I tried the caramel one. Holy crap! That if you don't do the Reese's peanut butter one, you're getting just like so much of whatever Cadbury puts in there. I don't
Yeah.
even know. But I would definitely say
See, one thing that I hate about Easter is, so you have big giant chocolate bunnies,
Yeah.
but the cheap ones
you forgot.
Are
I
to get
forgot to get
So-
one.
they're the cheap
They're
chocolate
gross.
is so
No,
gross.
you have
It
to
is
get
gross.
the right one. Like the ones from Dove,
Are amazing.
really good.
Good luck finding that.
Dove is
Or
my
what's the other one? Starts with a D. Darjelly or
Dar-
brands.
no? Oh, DeBrands. That's another one. What's
Are you
or
talking
is it
about
G?
Ghirardelli.
Yes.
Ghirardelli.
All 3 of those brands. Those are really
So
good chocolate.
Dove is my favorite
It's
milk
not
chocolate.
going anywhere, Alex. Is it
Look-
really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
It's
Mhm.
good stuff.
I like
gotta go with
DeBrands.
Ghirardelli, however you pronounce it. Their milk chocolate, or their caramel milk chocolate.
I like their dark
squares.
chocolate.
Yeah. Is that all either
Is
or?
that is all
That's
either
it for either
Ooh,
or.
Ooh, can we do the fun thing now?
Yeah, we'll do the fun
Okay, turn your volume up,
So-
everybody.
thing. As
Turn
a,
your volume
as a
up.
small shortage here.
Shortage.
I should say disclaimer.
Oh,
Um,
copyright law.
I have 15 audio clips from movies.
Okay.
I hope they sound okay. The equipment was giving me a few issues, but I got it done. You should be able to hear it.
Have you listened to it?
Yes,
Okay.
but I've only listened
Do you need
to
me?
it.
Should I turn off the?
No, well, you can decide after the first one.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
But I
we'll
think
figure
it'll
it
be fine. So what I did was I took audio clips from movies. Now for you two, well, for everybody really.
Audience
These-
participation.
These movies, we've probably mentioned them on the show. I didn't go stretch far on the movies, but the spot in the movie is what will trip you up.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Now I tried to pick clips where you could figure it out by thinking about it, but I don't think anything directly in the clip is going to give it away.
Okay.
So,
All right. I
Here
gotta
we
listen
go.
here.
everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I know it.
Yeah. So first of
stan-
all, I didn't know what.
I didn't know it at first, but I know it now.
Standard trivia rules apply. If Josh has to give Alex a chance to get it, because I know you got it before she did, but
Well, see, first I know what it is, but I want to say what I thought it was first.
okay.
I thought it was the scene from it was another announcement scene like that. It was another big speech. It was either going to be Billy Madison or it was going to I'll have to think about what my other answer was, but I know what it is. I know the answer. Alex, you go ahead.
It's the college movie.
Oh,
What's it called? You
I
gotta have
know.
the title,
I'm trying
baby.
to. By the way, YouTube's not hearing it.
Oh, son of a gun.
YouTube can't hear that?
Yeah. So I
Darn
mean,
it.
I can put it up to like my ear and they can hear it because I can put my
Oh, you can turn your
I
speakers
can
on.
turn my speakers on.
Do
Alright.
it. Do it.
I know what the move like accepted,
There you
right?
go.
Yes.
Yeah, accepted. Here,
So
hold on.
so it was a clip from
YouTube,
Accepted.
I'll help you.
Yeah, we're gonna turn on Alex's. Actually, I could probably plug in the other mic. Okay, Alex is gonna turn her speakers on, so we're gonna have a little bit of external speakers. So when you do that, Alex, can you hear that? Yep. Yeah.
So
Don't make it too loud.
we'll do the next one,
We don't want any like echo.
and then let us know how it sounds if you're hearing it.
Yeah,
on
I can hear
YouTube.
the echo of us.
Sorry, guys.
Are we gonna be okay?
No, it's not gonna be okay.
Well, crap. Do you want to scrap this and
No.
save it for?
No. Yeah, I'll get the other mic and we can put it up there.
Okay.
And you
we'll-
can just put it on your headphone.
we'll dish.
Just put it on your headphone. You can turn your headphone inside out, or we can plug the other headphone in. Okay.
We'll,
back.
We'll dish for a minute. While Josh gets the thing. That's really upsetting to me because this is a really good segment. But so we'll have to just fix it on the fly. So
We'll get it. We'll get it going.
thank you for letting us know that
Yes,
it's not coming
yes,
through.
thank you guys. That's why I'm glad that we have lots of people watching. 3 people sitting in silence on a couch. That's what it was. That's the name of the movie. So yeah, so Josh is
So you're gonna put your mic up to the headphone.
yeah, that's fine. I can do that. Yeah, we're just gonna add. I'll put my mic up to the headphones here, so you guys can hear exactly what's going on. Do you want to do a test with that one that we were just doing?
All right.
Here.
I won't have to go the full.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't go the full
Real
thing.
quick.
All right, here we go.
That's a full
Repeat.
way. Yep.
What about you, parents? Did the system really work out for you? Did it teach you to follow your heart or to just play it safe, roll over?
Okay.
What about you guys?
We're good.
All right.
All right.
So
Wait
we're gonna
for
wait a second because I know
response.
that there's a lag a little bit with YouTube.
It's not a lag, it's a delay.
Or you know what I mean.
A delay.
A delay.
I'm just happy
I
that we
don't
were
know.
able to plug in headphones on the go. You
Yeah.
know? We've never done that before. I was really hoping that would not mess up with audio.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys were able to hear it this time. So watching the video, I can.
It's gonna be about a 20-second delay.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. We're gonna stand here, sit here with our thumbs like twiddling.
That's okay. They'll start chatting here. It looks like it's going through on YouTube right now.
Anything we want to touch on real quick before they comment? Do we have anything else we want to say about? I might have something short here. Did you hear of that Super Smash Brothers?
They said it wasn't loud enough, but they could hear it.
Oh, really? You can put the microphone right next to it.
Yeah.
Like in
I'll just put the microphone in it.
In it.
Okay.
All right. Let's
I'm
just
ready
go
for the
ahead.
next one.
Let's just go ahead. I can
Do
mention
you-
my new
Do
segment
you
later.
want to do another test or?
Just do another.
Just do the next,
Next
one.
one. Next
Okay,
one. Yep.
Here we go. Number 2.
Number 2, guys.
Are you ready to begin? I can barely stand. Death does not wait for you to be ready. Death is not considerate of all fire. And make no mistake, here you face death.
And that's it.
Okay.
I think you guys have no idea. And
I know what
again,
it is.
Let us know how that second one was.
Yeah.
Yes, and let us know. Across the streams, Alex.
Nice.
Okay. Can I say?
You
Can
go
I
ahead.
say? Is it Wanted?
No.
It's not Wanted.
I know what it is.
What is it?
Batman Begins.
You're correct.
Oh dang it! I was gonna go with Batman Begins, but then I heard a different voice. Or no,
That
is that the
was
same?
Liam
Is it
Neeson.
okay? So I was like, because I was
Liam
like, I know
Neeson's
that.
not in Wanted.
What's the movies you've been watching? Taken. Taken is what I meant to say.
Yeah,
I thought it was
Taken.
That's
Taken,
funny.
not
You
Wanted.
said wanted, and I knew you meant taken.
Wanted and Taken. You know what I mean?
I want it to be
Because
Taken.
you've been talking about watching the Taken movies, and I was like,
Right.
oh, he's throwing that one at me.
yeah. Yeah.
If so we're still waiting for number 2. If people literally can't hear these, I want to wait, and maybe I'll just come up with some trivia on the fly, some regular trivia.
I was hoping to get Layla snoring here real quick. Across the streams, Alex. That's all I got. Did you hear that Super Smash Brothers got their first official paid DLC?
No.
And it's actually not bricking switches. It's causing them to crash. The character from Persona 5, Joker, got added to Super Smash Brothers, and if you play classic mode with this guy, you can actually cause your Switch system to crash.
I did hear that.
Yeah. So what are they saying? You checking to see if the audio is okay on it? Like it's loud enough? Talking? I'm still talking.
Well,
Is
why
that?
don't you just take your headphones off?
Why don't you just use your headphones, Alex?
No, she was trying to hear if she could hear on those headphones.
No. Oh yeah, just do your just. I don't know. We just tried your speaker, didn't we?
Yeah, I made the feedback noise.
Yeah. We don't want to do that. Talking.
Keep talking.
Okay, this is a test. This is
It's a
only
test?
a test. You got a microphone up to your head.
I don't think your speaker's on, Alex. All right.
Hold on. This makes fun audio. So.
No, so fun.
No, it's on.
It is on.
Yeah, it's on. Okay, go ahead and play it.
Try another one. or
Try
same
another one.
We'll do the same one because it's short.
Okay.
Are you ready to begin? I can barely stand. Death does not wait for you to be ready. Death is not considerate of all fire. And make no mistake, here you face death.
All right, guys. I think I heard that.
I heard that.
So hopefully that means that you guys heard that too, because my speakers were definitely louder than those earphones.
Right.
Okay. All right. There, I've got it up to my speakers in the video now, so heard something.
I love the reaction of just waiting for people to talk. Netflix is testing out a randomized setting on TV shows. Did you hear about this? On non-serialized episodes.
No.
Like they're actually testing this out where people can actually say, I want to watch a random episode of something that's like for example, like Parks and Rec, The Simpsons, Family Guy, The Office, where people can just watch a random episode of any season. It just shuffles whatever you whatever you want.
Okay, they're saying it's still not loud enough.
So
So we
Shoot.
might have to play around with this one and then come
Did-
back to it.
We've
Why
done
wouldn't it be working on
before,
that?
right?
Yeah, so I don't know why it's not coming through, because
I
it would
don't
play
either.
like a clip, right?
It
like
would.
It should.
It would.
Yeah, because we did it with the
Like,
songs.
yeah, the songs
intro
and stuff.
songs.
Did we do it while we were live on YouTube?
I think so.
Did we?
It was not that long ago.
Yeah, it says like people said that, like their TV was all the way up and they
Oh.
couldn't really hear it.
Oh,
Like
darn.
they heard a little bit, but it wasn't loud enough.
Yeah.
So,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So
that's
we're just,
okay.
All right, we're gonna have to just like we'll have to
We
come back
will.
to that
We'll
one.
get that one figured out, Brett. I think I know a way to do it on here. I would just need them in video. I don't know. I'd figure it out. That's okay. We can move on from there, guys. We got other things we can talk about. We got other
Gosh
things on the
darn
board.
it!
I
that
know.
makes me mad.
We can still find a way to do it though. Just not for tonight. I don't know why that did it.
No, I just find it weird that we were able to like do all the other stuff and then we can't Get this one to work. Okay. Well, hey, let's just go ahead and we'll move on to the next thing.
We got some stuff on the board. You want to talk about the XFL last week?
Yeah, okay. So something interesting about the XFL is that a touchdown can be worth anywhere from 6 points to 9 points.
How is
And
this
how
possible?
does that work?
Kicking a field goal or for an extra point is not an option.
Oh.
So what you do is your offense can line up at the 2 for 1 point, at the 5 for 2 points, or at the 10 for 3 points
For extra.
for after you score a touchdown.
So you have to do another touchdown afterwards, another end
Basically,
zone.
It's basically a 2-point conversion, but from different spots on the field.
That makes it different.
And so the argument would be, depending on where you are in the game and the score, maybe you only need one. You have a short field. You have a really good running back. Maybe he gets in. However, if you start from the 10, you have a little bit more field to work with, and maybe you get 9 points out of it.
Wow.
So it's going to be quite the chess match.
I actually like
I'm
that.
gonna say that sounds like a little bit more entertaining.
Yes.
I think it's cool, but at the same time, now, especially after this season, an extra point after a touchdown is not given.
It's not.
They were missing all the time.
They have
No.
been.
So this
It used
is
to just be like okay, now we're doing the extra point. I can go get a snack.
Yeah.
Like that's that's the way it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Like, oh, that's easy. Well, apparently we don't have kickers the way what we used to.
No, it's
Now-
not that. It's different formations farther back.
at
Oh,
the
okay.
same time. Where was I going with this? Oh, I don't think that if the XFL will come probably, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's going to last. And the reason why is because the AAF,
All
Allegiance of American Football,
Yeah,
that folded before they finished their first season.
I know. I
So-
know. But, well, I mean, I'm kind of backing you on that thought because there's a lot of people leaving WWE right now. A lot of big stars are leaving.
Yeah.
Or want to leave.
Or want to leave, or
Yeah,
trying to
there's
get
a lot
out.
of
I guess.
controversy and stuff like that going on. I think 5 superstars asked for their removal.
Yes. Mhm.
Recently. Dean Ambrose is one of them. Sasha Banks, Luke Harper, and somebody from NXT and the Revival tag team. We're also asking for their release. So a lot of people are leaving WWE. You're wondering if the budget's going to be there for the XFL.
Well, the one thing
Well, if
that-
people leave, they'll have extra money from not paying them.
what it means
Other-
as a whole is there was an idea that the America or the United States loves football so much that they'll just you put a football product out there and people will watch it.
That's not
What
the case.
This means is that people love the NFL.
Yes, people love the
not
NFL, so
all football.
it's gonna be. They're gonna have to. They're not gonna be able to aim towards. I don't think people our age or people above us, but it's gonna have to be aimed towards the new generation for it to stick.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because it's something new, and us
Right.
old farts want the NFL. Like we want it the old way. I'm willing to watch it. It sounds interesting, but I can see someone like my dad being like, "Well, I've watched it this way my whole life." You know,
People don't like change.
Yes, older people don't like change. That's just
no,
the way it's always been.
Not everybody likes change.
Not everybody, but when you're older, you like it the way you like things to
Right.
stay the way that they are.
Damn kids and their drugs.
Yes.
What old people would say.
Yes.
Now, see, touching on the XFL and football in general, I was going somewhere with that. Did you hear that? What's his name? Russell Wilson is the highest paid
Highest paid quarterback in the league.
in the league. In the league, how much did he got? He got a signing bonus,
It was
and he
like-
got.
It's like 132 over
That's-
4 years. That may not be correct, but it's a lot.
Yeah. So like, the Seahawks must not be struggling. I'll tell you that.
Well, the problem when you pay your quarterback that much, I mean, obviously, quarterback is the most important position in the NFL. It's probably could be the most important position in sports.
Mhm.
But if you pay the quarterback 80% of your payroll, then you got no money to put any stars around him.
Right.
No.
So
Right.
Well,
Look
and
what
how do you
happened
think the
to
stars around him are feeling?
that happened to Aaron Rodgers.
yeah,
Yeah.
they just Aaron Rodgers was paid a lot of money. Matthew Stafford was paid a lot of money, and they just haven't been able to put really talented players around them. Therefore,
Because
the
they're
Lions-
all their money's going into one player.
the Lions haven't won anything. and
Right.
the Packers, they didn't even go to the playoffs last year. So, yeah, it's just
So
an
what's the big
interesting
deal with
way.
the Browns this year? Who'd they get?
They got Odell Beckham
From the Giants.
from the Giants.
Okay, so why is my mom is really excited about that?
Yeah, he's one
He's
of the
a
best
really
receivers
good-
in the league.
He's really good. The Browns actually have a really good
The
team.
Browns have
By stats.
They did great last year
By stats.
compared to the way that they
though.
used to.
The Browns
So-
have 4 primetime games this year, and they're this coming year, which I don't remember the last time the Browns were on a primetime game. So
Exactly.
It's
yeah.
very interesting
Yeah.
to see the Browns in primetime.
Now we were talking about wrestling. Brett, we had talked about this before the show. There was a segment that I wanted to come up with that I wanted to talk about. What was your most regrettable purchase?
Yes.
I mean, this doesn't have to necessarily be video games now because we were talking about things that you regret purchasing. What was your most regrettable? I said video game, movie, TV show, whatever. And you had an answer that I totally agree with.
I couldn't think of any video game, although I did remember that I bought Hitman from 2016, and I bought it on sale, but it annoyed me because like a week later it went to Game Pass. So I'm like, come on, dude. But
Yeah.
what I was angry about was in 2013, before the WWE Network launched, I bought the Royal Rumble, and it was garbage.
It was the worst Rumble.
Yes.
The worst Rumble ever. Remember that?
I
Bautista.
remember.
Bautista.
I remember.
And then you swore off wrestling
Yes.
since.
It became a joke.
Yep. And it kind of.
It's still kind of a joke.
Yeah.
It's definitely not as entertaining as it used to be.
Right.
But I also remember I was angry that I paid to see Independence Day Resurgence.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I'm still kind of.
One of the worst.
Yes. That's
One of the worst.
That was horrible. They spit on my childhood. Like that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
They shit in my Cheerios.
I actually have a video game that no one's probably heard of. And this
What?
is my most regrettable purchase ever. Is
What?
this game called Zombie Wranglers. It came out for the Xbox 360. Now, this was a time when it was in between Call of Duties and in between different Halos and stuff. Me and an old friend and I were really, really bored with Xbox games.
Mm-hmm.
Everything we played was just tiring. So we both bought Zombie Wranglers. 'Cause
Who's your friend?
Sheldon.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And we played the multiplayer and the campaign together a little bit. It's the most garbage arcade game ever. Now, the main reason why I hate this game is because it gave me an odd gamer score for Xbox.
Oh yeah.
I have 17 Gs from this.
Oh my
17
God.
gamer score from this game, and I can never get rid of my odd gamer score.
I've
now.
been multiples of 5s
Mhm.
the entire time, and then I played the first Overcooked, which gave me a 1G achievement.
Did you hit start or something? Is
I don't
that
remember
what it was?
but
Thank
my-
you for playing our game.
Gosh
Here's a
dang
G.
So now I'm
That's just
off.
the worst. When you lose your capability to keep your
The score the way
The
you
score
want it.
you
The
way you
sequence
want.
you want it.
Mhm.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
do remember when my gamer score hit 34,300.
Yeah, you were really
'Cause
happy
it
about
was
that.
3
Did you
for
tweet
three.
it? 3 for 3? You
I
wanted
think
to.
so. I
You
don't
wanted
know
to.
if I
I
did.
think
Yeah.
you took a picture of it. And Alex, I already know a game that you're gonna say. 2 games.
Oh,
It's
you
PUBG and Sims 4.
Yeah.
Both
you're,
of those.
You're right about both.
Yeah.
So
But do you have
I-
something else that you haven't
just-
complained
I
about?
really I was looking at our movies and stuff, and I'm like, we got rid of all of our shit movies.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but I mean, I can think back in the day, like, what's the movie that you like that I hate? Wrong Turn. Did we
Yeah.
buy Wrong Turn?
Yes.
Okay, there's a regret.
Why did you buy it?
We just
I
did.
think it was more of a we wanted to watch it, so it was like a couple bucks, so we bought it
Yeah.
instead of going out and renting it.
No.
What was it?
Walmart had VHS tapes.
That's right.
VHS
Yep, we bought it on
for
VHS.
$2.
Yeah, and we're like,
This-
oh look, Wrong Turn's
Like
on
they
sale.
they had like a whole selection. I bought Saw, great movie to buy.
Wait,
on
we
DVD.
still have it somewhere.
I bought Cabin in the Woods. No, not Cabin in the Woods. Cabin Fever.
Cabin Fever. I was like, Cabin in
And
the Woods is
Wrong
totally-
Turn.
and Wrong Turn.
And then there was another movie. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, VHS. Yeah.
Oh, that's another. Or did we watch that on Netflix? Is
What?
that the other VHS?
Oh, that was Netflix.
That was one of the most regretting things that I tried watching on Netflix.
No,
Was the movie VHS?
Stan Helsing.
No, VHS top Stan Helsing.
Yeah.
VHS was just messed up. But no, Wrong Turn. That's probably one of my most regretful purchases. I know that for some reason you like that movie. That's really weird. I don't know, and I don't know how they have so many of them now.
Right.
It's it's probably a cult thing. Would be my guess.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So within this last year or two, the worst purchases that I made was The Sims. Is it 4?
Mm-hmm.
The Sims 4. Plus, you bought me the expansion pack with it.
For Xbox One.
For Xbox One, and not PC. And that's only because I loved The Sims 3. I love it. It's an amazing game, and I really enjoyed The Sims 3 Pets, which is it's not as good as Sims 3, but it was just Sims 3 with pets. So it was fun. But it got annoying with trying to control 12
it was
animals.
fun, but it got annoying.
Yes. But The Sims 4, it just. You play it, and from what I remember, like, the controls are bad. You didn't have a HUD. It didn't work.
You get to try the PC one
I
eventually.
know. We do have the PC one now. And then the other big regret was PUBG. I still, to this day, have no freaking idea why there was such a hype on PUBG. I tried it, and I tore that game to pieces. It's horrible.
We've heard it.
It's horrible.
Well, that was within this year. So that was a podcast
It was
moment for
a
you.
lagging... it looked like an unfinished game.
Right.
It was.
It was. It now is an official game.
It's stupid. I don't get
Speaking of which, Shane asked us if we wanted to play the Fortnite
Saw that.
game.
The zombie one?
The actual world game.
So when we first watched what Fortnite was, I was more interested in that version than the actual
you wanna
battle
play
royale.
that?
Not really, because I've played Fortnite and I don't.
We have the ability.
I don't want to play it
I know
anymore.
someone that has a code for it.
I've tried it. I gave it my time, and I don't want to do it. The only battle royale game I like is the Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
You like Apex.
I got into it, but now it became old very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blackout is probably my favorite. It is my favorite battle royale game.
Right. Do you guys have anything else you want to touch on? I mean, we do have the PlayStation 5 to get announced. I do have specs on that, but it's all.
Let's save it.
It's all. Yeah, it's all. No one really knows what the
Nobody knows
truth
what it
is
means.
on that. They've announced it. They said that some things have been announced for the PlayStation 5, but nothing. What
What about the Switch VR kit that you want so bad?
I still want it.
Why don't you talk about it a little bit?
What's wrong with it?
Why don't you say what it is? People don't know about the Switch.
I want the Switch VR kit. It just came out last week.
So he wants to pay Brett be
Stop being upset about this.
I can.
It is cardboard.
Look, we're arguing. Do you see this?
It's Nintendo
he
Labo.
wants to pay $70 for a piece of cardboard.
It's not just cardboard. It's not just cardboard.
Brett,
It's not just cardboard.
It's $70
It's okay.
for a piece of cardboard.
Blanket fell.
You know my stance on VR, so
You don't like it?
No.
But have you tried it?
No.
Okay.
$70.
How can you knock something you don't try?
I just
Okay,
do,
well,
I
here's the
guess.
thing. You should try the actual HTC Vive that Alex's brother
Yeah, that's
has.
fun.
That
That's fun.
at least
That's definitely. I can't see you
paint
buying it,
or
but it's fun. It's
play
a fun
the shooter.
experience.
Yeah, there's some experience. It is an experience. That's what you can say. It's
Yes.
not necessarily something to go out of your way for.
It is. It makes you go from. We're sitting here talking about how Game Boy was big. Like, we're still in front of a computer screen or in front of a screen playing games in Real D. I don't know how to say it. What is this? What are IRL?
No, it's just playing video games on a TV.
Yeah, so in real life,
It's
just
not
on
called
a
anything
TV.
else.
So, and then you put a Vive headset on, and then you go into a very realistic setting, and it's like, oh my God, look what we've created. Like, look what we're able to do. Like, it's
Yeah.
another big boom that if you haven't tried it yet, yes, you get your sea legs when you're standing up, but I would recommend doing a sit-down game first.
Yeah.
It's fun. And it's very, I can see how my brother's addicted to it, because it takes you from this world and puts you in another one. It's exactly like, what's that movie that we just watched?
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. It's a
Yeah.
lot like Ready Player One.
It's time
but
to get out of here, guys. We've hit our 1:30 on YouTube, by the way. So I think it's time we
Let's get.
I don't have my plugs down here.
Just wing it.
Just wing it.
Yeah, I mean, thank you guys very much for joining us on YouTube for year 3. It's been a great. Well, I can't say a great year. It's
been a great podcast year. Not great start of this year. How about that?
We have been live practically every episode.
Yep.
This year.
Yeah.
Ever since episode 100, practically. We've done almost every episode live. We wanted to keep that going. We bumps in the road here and there. Tonight we weren't able to do a segment we were really excited on doing.
That just means we'll have it
Well,
for
hold
next
on.
week.
I was gonna ask off air, but do you want to finish this live episode and just release that as a bonus postcast?
We could.
We could do that.
As audio only.
Yeah,
that
we could
sounds
do that.
good, actually, guys.
Yeah, we could do that.
Where
First
did you
ever postcast. I just made that up.
So
I just made that up.
So if you guys are live on YouTube with us, you can. You're gonna have to wait for the audio episode to see what the rest of Brett's trivia is, because I don't think we want to mess around with anything else. Trying to do video work with that, I'd have to do something.
Yep,
I'd have to do it
yeah,
on
it's
here.
it's not gonna work.
Yeah. So thank you guys very much for joining us on YouTube. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all of your support the past 3 years. It's been a roller coaster ride. We've had a lot of ups and downs as a personal and podcast wise. So we just want to thank you guys for all that. If you want to join us live on our social media, we are live there every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we do our pre-podcast meeting on our social media platforms, which is Facebook, facebook.com/PTOUnlimited, Instagram, PTOUnlimited_podcast, and Twitter at PTOUnlimited. Catch us at 6 p.m. We are live on YouTube at 6:30 every Monday, right after our pre-podcast meeting. So when you join us live on our pre-podcast meeting, you can give us items to talk about, see what we already have planned for the show. We didn't have one tonight because it's year 3. We already had plenty of stuff. We still have more stuff on the board. We just didn't get to it. We just had a little bump in the road with the audio thing that happened. It's no big deal, but we'll do it after the video here. We thank you guys for everything. You just Google search us everywhere we're everywhere. Most notable places: iTunes, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Just search for us. We're there. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am at Lemke619.
Brett_wings.
Cute_kitty.
You want to do your Twitch?
Yes. So I turned that on.
We didn't do the Twitch first.
Yes. Hey, if you would like to follow me on Twitch, it is twitch.tv /_kitty. Oh my
okay?
God.
Are you
I
okay?
just blanked for a second. I've been saying this for over a year now.
Yeah.
But yes, if you'd like to follow me there, I've been on a roll lately, so I appreciate everybody that's coming by and saying hi, even if that's all you do, or you don't have to watch me gaming. If you come by and you chat and talk to me, I love it. Love all the interaction, just like here on the podcast. Yeah, that's about it.
We played Halo with our friend Patrick on Saturday night with Quentin, one of Alex's admins on Twitch. So we had a great time on Halo.
It's fun.
Turns out they said they're not that good, but they're fine.
Yeah, they're fine.
They're fine. We had a great night. It was everyone was so positive about everything, and it was just it was a fun night. It was a wonderful time on Twitch. Thank you guys for joining us on that, and we'll roll out more content. Alex has a video coming out. I don't know if you're going to have a highlight video this week, but you are going to have one that deals with you talking about and showing our adult snow fort.
Oh yeah. Yep. I saw
Back
that.
in 2011.
Yep.
So keep that in your heads. That'll be on YouTube here soon, and I think that's about it for our plugs and
but
Twitch.
we're gonna keep audio going, right?
Well, he has.
Or are we gonna do separate audio?
Are we gonna do separate?
Well, no. We can keep going right after I hit stop on here. So,
okay.
So can you pause and then hit go again? Can you stop and go again?
I don't want to mess up
the same one.
Yeah.
No, we'll just keep it rolling.
Yeah, let's just keep it rolling.
We'll just keep it rolling. I can
cut
edit that. I can edit that. Yep.
I can do that.
I can do that.
All right.
So, do you have a final note?
I really don't.
It's been a great year.
Thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Final note for the PTO Unlimited podcast for year 3, guys. Here we go. So strap in. Could be a good solid year. We don't know what we have planned yet.
We'll see.
So thanks for joining us, guys. We will catch you next week for episode 158. It's been a good one. We'll just do the rest of the audio after this. So thanks for joining.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.